Hey everybody, just wanted to talk to you about a little something today. This is something that we are experiencing and seeing and hearing more and more of on the news. So let's talk about this for a minute. You are a seller. You live out of town, but you have some vacant property here in this area. So you want to know why when I called my realtor, do they say they want to meet with me in person? Well, let me tell you what's happening around here and everywhere else. There are thieves among us, thieves everywhere, scammers. And if you have some vacant property in this local area, and let's say you live a couple of states away or even across the country, as some sellers will do, and you've got a piece of property here that you want to sell, and you call an agent, maybe an agent you've not worked with before, you call an agent and you tell them you're ready to sell that property, and that agent says to you, I really would like to meet with you in person. And you think, wow, that's inconvenient. I don't live there. I don't want to meet with you in person. And I would love to tell you that we could just go right ahead, and we can go right ahead and do everything by email, and we can talk and we can do all that and never meet you. But let me say that if your realtor is on their toes, they're going to ask you some questions, and they're going to see what your availability is, and this is why. We are seeing across the country, and it's even happening here in small town Morristown, we are beginning to see a lot of scammers stealing people's property, stealing the title, or not even doing that. We are seeing that, but in certain cases when it is vacant properties, and that's what's being targeted, is vacant properties most of the time, and most of the time vacant land. They're calling and pretending to be the owner. They can provide lots of different information that makes you think that they're that owner, and they sell this property, and it turns out they're not. They didn't own it. That wasn't the owner. They scammed that owner, and a lot of times this owner finds out too late that not only has that been taken from them, but other things as well. So if you have a realtor who is saying, I really would like to meet with you in person, they're not trying to just inconvenience you. They're trying to protect you, especially if you're the seller and you live somewhere else. We want to make sure that we are actually talking to the seller of that property. It's happening, folks. It's unfortunate that we have to deal with this. I love, don't get me wrong, I love being able to do stuff online. Love being able to get online signatures through DocuSign. AuthentiSign is what I use. I love being able to do that. It is super convenient, much easier for when I'm working with clients who are out of town. The internet's wonderful, but we have dishonest folks among us who are very intelligent, but they would just rather thieve and steal from people. So if you experience that, and you have a real estate agent who says they want to meet you, 2, title company that says we really need you to come in or do remote notary or something like that so that we can see you on screen, don't be annoyed because it's inconvenient. It is for your protection, because we don't want to be a part of somebody stealing your property, your money, and now you've got an issue. So just keep that in mind, that it is important. And it's not just because we want to inconvenience you. We're trying to protect you, we're trying to protect your property, and we're trying to protect ourselves to keep us from being involved in the middle of a scam. I wish we didn't have to deal with these things, but we do. Just a little information for you today. We'll talk in another video about buyers and why the real estate agent wants to meet a buyer first. It's a totally different story, but still important. But if you're the seller, you're out of town, you got a piece of property you want to sell, your real estate agent is trying to protect you. The title company is trying to protect you when they ask you to show up in person. So just think about that.